What do you see? Can you see the 28 million loaves of bread that will be made from the wheat on this train? Do you see the extra space on the highway because this train is moving what would be 280 trucks full of electronics, furniture, and clothing? At BNSF Railway, we see the cleaner road ahead. BNSF Railway plays a vital role in our nation's economy. And as a good corporate citizen, we strive to operate in a way that protects and enhances the environment. Because of its inherent efficiencies, rail is the most environmentally friendly form of surface transportation. Surprising, right? Well, here's why. Moving freight by rail is fuel efficient. BNSF can move 1 ton of freight 456 miles on 1 gallon of diesel fuel. And each intermodal train can move the equivalent of 280 trucks of freight, reducing highway congestion by taking long-haul trucks off the road. Moving freight by rail creates fewer emissions. Today, railroads move 40% of the nation's freight tonnage, but only account for 2.2% of transportation-related greenhouse gas emissions. Why does any of this even matter? We're facing ongoing capacity challenges with our nation's transportation system, and we must not lose focus on environmental stewardship. For many years, we have had cheap gasoline and excess capacity on our highways, leading to an increasing dependence on cars and trucks for transportation. By 2030, population growth across the United States, especially in major metropolitan areas, will lead to gridlock on the highway system and more emissions from idling cars and trucks stuck in traffic. Our nation's highway system is past capacity in many places and is deteriorating quickly. Funding and construction cannot keep up with the capacity needs of our highways. Bottom line, we need a viable transportation system that provides alternatives to both passengers and freight, and that will help reduce dependence on foreign oil and lessen the impact on our environment. For example, if just 10% of long-haul freight currently moved by truck was moved by rail, our nation could save 1 billion gallons of fuel each year. BNSF Railway is looking toward the future by planning today. BNSF is already a conduit for passenger rail travel. We share our rail with Amtrak, as well as commuter trains in several communities, helping relieve congestion by taking commuters off the road. While this arrangement is helpful in the short term, a long-term solution of a dedicated passenger rail system is needed as freight and passenger volumes grow. BNSF is looking toward the future, especially when it comes to our commitment to environmental stewardship. We constantly search for ways to operate more efficiently that are good for our customers as well as the environment. BNSF is working with manufacturers to develop locomotives that can get the job done with a lower impact on our environment. From fuel-saving lower emissions genset locomotives, to liquid natural gas-powered hybrids, to our development of a hydrogen fuel cell locomotive, BNSF is improving emissions through the use of alternative energy where possible. BNSF's newest diesel road locomotives are 15% more fuel efficient than older locomotives and produce fewer emissions. And almost all of BNSF's locomotives are equipped with technology that helps prevent excessive idling by shutting down the locomotive automatically. Beyond locomotives and trains, we also constantly work to lessen our impact on the environment in our other operations. At BNSF's intermodal facility in Seattle, we installed the first electric wide-span cranes in North America. The cranes produce zero emissions on site and generate electricity each time a load is lowered. BNSF plans to use more of these cranes at future intermodal facilities. Across the system, many of our signals, switches, and facilities use solar power. And BNSF installed wind turbines for power backup at more than 50 locations, with plans to install 50 more. The future is riding on rail. The United States' enormous network of highways, freight and passenger railroads, and ports links Americans to each other and to the world. That network is vital to America's economy, security, and way of life. But if we want the economy to continue to grow, we must have an efficient transportation system with a lower environmental impact. With lower emissions and fuel-efficient operations, rail is the answer to many of the challenges facing our nation's infrastructure, and BNSF keeps us on track for a cleaner tomorrow. At BNSF Railway, we see the cleaner road ahead.